Well, my name is Yuri Rashkin, and as you can tell, I'm not from Janesville. In fact, I will never be. And that's actually the case for most of us. I find that really amazing because I've been involved in so many different projects around town, and one of these, we were sitting around the table, and we kind of started looking because we're looking to promote Janesville, and it's another great project, arts-related project. And we started asking, are you from Janesville? Are you from Janesville? And it turned out that nobody around the table was from Janesville. And we still, it's amazing how this community has brought us together. And I'm just honored, to stand here before you. Chuck, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you to Rock County Progressives. I gotta say, I think this is gonna be my first time when I'm gonna be here from the beginning until the end of these forums, because usually on Wednesday night, I work. I'm a music director at Detert-Memorial Church in Delavan. And so usually by this time I'll be on my way to make music at Detert-Memorial, wonderful people. I warned them before they hired me. I said, guys, I'm Jewish. They said, we don't care, you're a good musician. So, I think that's important, that no matter who we are, what our background is, we all have the same values, and we all are here because we still care about Wisconsin. No matter what happened in the recall, we still care about Wisconsin. We're going to take it back one district at a time if we have to. I'm just really proud because in the recall, we in Rock County, we recalled Scott Walker. Yep. We did it. And we have, all of you here to thank for it. Now, we have great candidates. I think it's obligatory to say you're here with great people, and it's not difficult because they are great people. Deb has put in her time with the school district and HealthNet and everything else that she's done in the community. Sam has been so involved in politics and continues to care about public service. And Kevin is from Janesville and cares deeply about the community. I think this is awesome that we have such a great crop of candidates. A little bit about me. I came to this country in 1988 as a refugee. Came with my parents. I was 13 years old at the time, and I really didn't speak a word of English. So I tell people that I learned really English from TV by watching Night Court and Get Smart. But those are fine programs, and I stand by those. For me, this is kind of an American dream. I came here to a country where I can make a difference without being afraid for my life. I still follow what goes on in Russia, and as Chuck mentioned, I'm a court interpreter, so I'm bilingual. I speak Russian and English. And I see what's going on over there, and they're talking about the fact that these people that are involved in trying to make change in Russia, they're going to have to go to prison, and that's okay. I'm saying, wow, I am so fortunate, because I live in a country, I live in the community where I can participate and I can make a difference, and I'm just really grateful for that opportunity. Now, I look around the room and I just realize how many different things I've been able to do in this community, serving on the council, being involved in different projects. It's been an amazing few years. Now, taking us back a year and a half, when Scott Walker came to power, that really brought us all together. And we've stood up for Janesville, we stood up for Wisconsin, and as you probably know, a year and a half ago when Scott Walker came to town, I stood up and left the dinner he was at as the keynote speaker because I really want to bring that up, not because, whoa, look at Yuri, he stood up and he walked out, but it's because for me, the priority has always been about representing the people that elected me. Thank you. I think public service, your priority number one is your accountability, your transparency, you're speaking for the people. It is an amazing honor, it is a great opportunity, and to do that, you have to have the right mindset. For me, when I saw that at Forward Janesville, there were 700 people inside who were small and big business owners, and they care about the community just as much, And I went there like I do every year, and I said hi to them and congratulations on a great year. But when Scott Walker came up to speak, I knew what I had to do, because there were twice as many people outside who also care about community and also trying to make our place a better community. And so I knew that was the place for me to be. So that's for me. If you're looking for somebody who's going to be accessible, who's going to be accountable, who's going to bring your ideas to Madison, then I believe that that person is me. We have right now there a guy named Joe Nylons, who I hope his mother likes him. He has been so misleading, and now he's been in hiding because you can't even get him on record about anything. Right before the recall election, you remember there were flyers distributed that talked about teachers and insulted our teachers once again, and talked about how much money those teachers are making. And forget all the education they may have obtained, and the student loans and extended education they had to go through, continuous education. Never mind that. Look at those other people who are making money. And I asked Joe Nylons, where do you stand on this? Do you have an opinion on this? Because you don't have to support, but you at least have to say what, there's no way you can get an opinion out of Joe Nylons. What kind of representation is that? Thank goodness Liz Martiniak here actually contacted Joe, and he said, well, I feel that they have a freedom of speech. That's fine, but what about your opinion? Now, I was on the council for a year and a half while Joe was up at the Capitol. You know how many times Joe met with Janesville City Council, full council? 0 times. Now, if you're a representative and you've got 26 different small communities, like many districts are, I can understand if you couldn't make it to every one of those every time they meet. But in Janesville, we're unique. Our district is Janesville. So to have no communication between our state representative and our local government is insane. When first Act 10 was proposed, and we thought that this was going to be happening right that second, the Janesville City Council got together on a moment's notice to send a letter to our representatives, Amy Loudenbeck, Evan Wynn, and Joe Nylons, to say, don't do this. This is getting in the way of local government. This is affecting how we're dealing with our unions. Our relationship with our unions is our business. Stay out of it. Did they listen? Did they care? So to me, this is lack of representation. We live in a community where we have no representation in assembly on a state level. How can that be? So for me, transparency, yes, we have to restore collective bargaining. Yes, we have to make sure that Affordable Care Act is functional on a state level. There's a litany of things that we have to fix, and I'm there to work. I've been very fortunate because there's 2 parts to this job. You gotta love, go out and talk to people and knock on doors and listen to what people have to say, and you really have to love to dig in the legislation and work on policy. And I've been very fortunate because I enjoy both of it. I've met so many great people through the recall process. I've made so many great friends through all the different projects I've been involved in. I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. Let's go win it.